Julia Cameron has a brand new book out. It's called Right for Life. It's an opportunity for you to step inside your own creative flow and understand the artist that you are. To understand the artist that you've been denying. The artist that you've been ignoring in ways because they're taking up too much time and they're taking away too much of your life, but yet it's still knocking on your heart. Unplugged because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. I'm a poet, one that just happens to write in a forest. In 2015, I stepped into a very special collection of trees at the Billy Graham Library right there in Charlotte, North Carolina. While there, I did nothing but write. But they were never my words. I always believed they were the lyrics from Billy's Forest. Nearly 2 years later, God spoke directly into my heart. He said, dude, it's time to grow beyond the library, to write with other collections of trees, mainly your own forest in South Charlotte, North Carolina. You see, in every place that I have written, the spirit of Billy's lyrics vibrate the purpose and plan that God is putting into play. I never know what I'm going to write about when I enter any forest, which gives us plenty of time to talk about it in the end. Remember, these aren't my words. These are the lyrics from Billy's Forest. Chapter number 322, July 10th, 2022. This tiny little forest in South Charlotte, North Carolina is about to get pummeled by a lengthy summer thundermaker. 9:40 a.m. and there's no sunlight to motivate a creative mind. The roar in the sky. I'm physically aware of how nature is changing. The rain is gentle, but the weather radar is sporting a different story. It reminds me of the woman of homelessness that I met. I asked her how she's staying dry. Her reaction was, I keep walking. I know my steps will eventually lead me back to the shelter. As do the deer in the forest, the hawks, the owls, and all the others that make this collection of trees their outdoor home. I believe deep inside my soul that we're more lost as a generation with a roof over our heads and walls that block out the wind. I don't know how to live out there. What if this storm was something that made me a part of that walk every day? Eventually, I would find someplace dry. No worries. Nothing will wreck my day, so says the woman of homelessness. We do take advantage of the way that our hearts, our imaginations, our creative ability have generated the energy and the process of homes and buildings. We have become multiple generations of structure. But the structure isn't guaranteed, as we're learning in this day of now. These mighty, mighty storms, be it snow, be it rain, be it wind, it comes up to the man-made objects, poof, and all of a sudden, we're on that walk, searching for a dry place. How do you plan out for that? And the reason why I bring that up is because the majority of us don't plan out for it. We would rather tune out of it, expecting those in other places around the nation and or other countries to get us back up on our feet again. We've seen it, Katrina, and all the other storms that have made their way into the history books. It seems like everybody comes together during the disaster. But what if we came together before the disaster? We had more open, on-the-ground relationships. And we built upon them not as being hypochondriacs or people afraid of the sky falling, but rather preparing. We know what's happening right now. We know the causes, and there's always going to be somebody that's going to fight us on this thing called the greenhouse effect or climate change. But it doesn't stop the other people from saying, let's work ahead in ways so that if something does happen with our structures, there will be fewer people walking on the path looking for that place of dryness. I'm reminded inside my heart of the way that California has prepared itself for future earthquakes. Look at the way that all of their overpasses and buildings are structured so that if one hits, they don't instantly come crumbling to the ground. I'm sure New Orleans has restructured their life and style to prepare for future hurricanes that could be much larger than Katrina. That area of the world is constantly being hit by some sort of storm. There's so much going on inside the business world of building, but the average person doesn't see it. We just move in to a brand new home without understanding that the four walls and roofs that keep us dry are keeping us away from the truer act of survival. I'm Arroe. These are not my words. These are the lyrics from Billy's Forest.